have Mando Gutierrez on the show now, who will be facing Chaka Worthy next on December the 10th for XFC Young Guns 4. Mando, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. And this fight will be here right before you know it, right around the corner, December the 10th. So we're coming into the home stretch here of this fight camp. How has it been thus far for you?
Absolutely incredible. It's so easy to just be motivated or do what I need to do right now. It's just getting a fight at home, worthy opponent. I mean, no pun intended. Oh my God, I hate myself. Um, but yeah, that just being at like fighting in front of all my loved ones, like I'm super motivated. I just want to go out there, put on a killer performance, and do my thing.
Yeah, that may have been the greatest pun in the
Oh,
history of puns.
the crazy thing is that just like happened. Nah, I don't know. That's bad.
Hey man, very good. You can't plan that stuff; it just flows organically. Now, as far as this camp goes, this is my first time interviewing you, so I want to know a little bit more about you. Tell me more about your training partners, your coaches. Like, where primarily are you based out of?
I'm based out of Lansing, Michigan. I fight for Murcielago MMA under Joaquin Rodriguez. Most people just know him as Joaquin Murcielago, but around here, he's the known guy around Michigan. He's Rashad Evans's coach, people like that. So I automatically came to this gym just because of the hard nose aspect of it. It's just a really tough place to train, and it's nice, man. The bodies are incredible. I got people like LFA champ, 125 champ Charles Johnson. I got Adam Kerr. I got Antoine Bass for me personally, Cody Dick. We got a couple like IBJJF medalists in there. And we got people like a lot of big guys like Chaos Williams, Joaquin Buckley, guys like that. So, I mean, it's a room definitely a room that's picking up some steam. So it's nice.
That's great to hear. And I see you got the Hoosier wrestling shirt on. So I'm just guessing that maybe wrestling is your background and that's how you made your way into MMA.
Yes, sir. Wrestling's been like that. I tell people all the time that's my first love. That's the first thing that I ever did, that I really truly cared about. And it's just like it was a perfect segue into this. A lot of the things that I'm most proud of are things that I got because of wrestling.
My father, he was a state champion wrestler in West Virginia many, many years ago, and he always told me that wrestling is the key to MMA. If you have a good wrestling game, you'll be able to dictate more often than not where the fight takes place. Do you feel that that's the case, that you believe that wrestling is the number one discipline that you really need in the sport?
Absolutely. Wrestling is basically a superpower when you're out there. That's the trump card. Who can wrestle better? Who's gonna dictate where the fuck this happens? Sorry, I don't know if I can cuss on here now, but yeah, I think it's just the most powerful thing, and it's the hardest one to attain, just because it's a consistency thing, it's a reps thing, it's a mental reps thing. It's just you gotta like continuously do it. So there's no way to speed up that process. You know, it's one of those things like I don't know any boxer that's boxed for 10 years and is bad. But I know wrestlers that have wrestled their whole lives that still aren't really that good, and it's crazy. It's like you gotta have it. So it's nice.
And the cardio that you need to be an elite wrestler too. I mean, it's just such a grinding, sport, and you really have to have elite cardio. Do you feel that because of that background that you've had and all the weight cutting that you had to do for wrestling, that it's just made your cut down to 35 just a little bit easier for you here as a professional mixed martial artist?
Absolutely. It's just like it's one of those things that just comes second nature to us. We've been doing it for so long. I feel good when I'm cutting that weight. I'm ready to go. It gets me dialed in. It gets me ready. So it's all a part of the process. One that I've grown accustomed to, and it's like it tailor made me for this to be able to just withstand all the pro side of fighting or just fighting in general. And it was the perfect segue. It prepared me for everything that was to come, and now it's a matter of just catching everything else up to that.
So speaking of weight cutting and all that, and I don't want to make you ugly here leading into weight cutting week, but Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and a lot of people are going to be stuffing their faces with turkey and pies and all kinds of good stuff. Is that hard for you? Like, are you going to be able to like indulge a little bit, or are you just going to have to stay disciplined through one of the best holidays of the year?
All right, so I'm an intermittent fasting type dude, anyways. So what I'm gonna do, I got the perfect plan, man. I'm gonna fast all day, get one big old plate of food. That's my limit. One perfect plate of food and I'm good. I can live with that. I care more about just being around my family, getting good vibes, before the final stretch of camp. It'll be nice, it'll charge me up a little bit, so it'll be cool regardless if I get to eat it.
Very good, man. Well, happy early Thanksgiving to you and your family. Let's talk a little bit more about your fight career. You're 5-1 now as a professional. You're coming off a round one RNC win at LFA 106. That was back in April. LFA is one of the biggest promotions that we have here in the USA. How pleased are you with that performance?
Oh, I'm not pleased with it at all. I'm one of those dudes that like I kind of just push myself more and more, and I always nitpick everything. And I took way too much damage in that fight. I didn't show any technique. I just fought with my heart. That day I was so like laser focused on just like beating somebody's ass that I just went out there and fought with no brain whatsoever. And it worked out in my favor. But there's a lot I could have done in that fight, and I'm planning on showing that at this next one.
Is that difficult for you to, I mean, like, if you're not happy with your performance, to follow, have that fight followed up, previously to that loss to Mo? Because I'm sure that left a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh, absolutely. That loss to Mo, it lit a fire under my ass because like I, I was doing all the right things. I was training hard. I was doing my thing, but I got caught up in everything else. I started being a fan of my work and all this and that, and I needed that. I definitely needed that, and now I realized what matters more to me you know than anything else, and that's taking home that victory and just getting better and better every time. All I care about is winning.
When you see like what Mo just recently had done, I mean, I know he just had a loss, but previous to that, he was on Contender Series and he looked dominant. He didn't get a contract, but he was right there on the doorstep.
Which was bullshit, by the way. Man,
Yeah.
that was bullshit. There was someone else on that card that didn't need to get a contract. He needed his. So it is what it is. I mean, it's a little game for everybody. Sometimes there's no explanation for the things that happen, but that's what we sign up for. That's what we do. And yeah, I mean, I felt for him because he had a good performance and stuff, but I was at the same time getting ready for a fight, and it ended up never happening because the dude pulled out. But I was dialed in for mine, so I thought about it for a little bit, and then just got right back to focusing on me.
I was going to say, you don't sound like a guy that needs any added motivation. You seem already motivated enough. But when you see someone like Mo, like someone that you just fought, that's right on that doorstep to being in the UFC, which is the goal for any of you mixed martial artists that are trying to get to the top. It's the UFC. Does that just make you grind even harder and just get in the gym and work more so? Or just run me through your emotions when you're right there and then you see someone that you fought and lost to that's potentially going to be signing a UFC contract?
Honestly, it just motivates me more. The way I see it, me and Mo, like we were bound to fight at some point, and we fought early on in our careers. So we both still have a lot to accomplish in this game, and him making it doesn't have anything to do with me making it. So I mean, I'm definitely rooting for him. He's a great guy. He's a family man. He's a cool dude, stand-up guy. But I was just I was like, man, we're both gonna make it eventually. It's not gonna change either of our paths, so it is what it is. So I just have to take that one on the chin and just get right back to doing what I do. I mean, I'm one of those guys that's in the gym regardless. Like that's just my lifestyle. It's part of my day that I need. So like I just went back in there and it was just back to business.
How many wins do you feel you're going to need to get that call to Contender Series or maybe straight into the UFC? I mean, you're 5-1 now. What do you think you need to be? 7-1, 8-1, or do you feel like
Yeah,
maybe win?
yeah. I'm gonna try to just rack it up. Honestly, I just gotta let go and let God do His thing. God has a plan for me, so I'm just gonna go out there and just keep taking the fight that I want to take. Just beating tough dudes, getting better and better and more prepared. And then by the time I hit the UFC, I'll be like ready to rock. And I'm just gonna go and hit the ground running and just start taking fight after fight, doing my thing. I just want to stay busy. So it's like I can't really think about that too much, game plan too much. Like I want to fight consistently, and then when the time comes, boom, I'll be ready.
Do you think there's anybody out there right now that's going to be able to beat Piotr Jan, or do you feel like he's going to stay the champ here in the division for a little while to come, anyways?
I got like, in my unbiased opinion, bantamweight is the best division in combat sports, and you take any of those top 10, they could beat anybody. And when the time comes, it's just about shows up that there's no room for error at 135. You fuck up once, you're gonna pay the price. So I think honestly, I just love seeing the movement. I love seeing the movement. I don't think there's any guy that's gonna be able to hold that very long. So it just motivates me even more. Like I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy that holds it for a long time. I love seeing everything though. I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan also. So I watch every from them, learn what they're doing good, what they're doing wrong, and just try to build off what they're doing. It's cool. I take little bits and pieces from everybody.
Yeah, 135 is without a doubt one of the best divisions on planet Earth for sure, my man. So you're right about that. And I do want to ask you just about XFC. This promotion, it really is just growing and growing. This is XFC Young Guns 4 that you're going to be competing on. How pumped are you to be on this promotion and also doing it? And you said it's like your hometown, so I imagine you're going to have a lot of family and friends there in attendance.
Yeah. So Grand Rapids is like where I did my debut. That's where I fought multiple times as an amateur and as a pro. And I feel like all of this just came full circle for me because fighting for XFC is a pretty big deal. It's a great promotion with great. And now most people don't know this, but my boy Matt Frendo, who was the matchmaker for me, like coming up through the ranks, is now the matchmaker there. And he's been growing and growing inside of XFC. So it's been nice that now we're back here in the same place doing the same thing, just at a higher scale. And it's just cool to see. It's letting me know that I'm doing the right things, and I'm ready to just go out there and put on a crazy performance for all these people that have fight at home in a while.
So let's talk about your opponent, Chaka Worthy. He's 4-4. Tell me what makes him a worthy opponent for yourself.
Like, I think that dude's a gamer. If you look at his track record, he's fighting tough dudes. He ain't scared to fight. And to be honest, he said yes. Someone had to be on the other end of that cage December 10th, and I wasn't gonna risk not having an opponent. I wasn't gonna like entertain anything else. I just wanted to fight. So I said, get me the person that says yes. And we had a few people say no, but Chaka said yes, and I respect him for it. So I know he's a real one. I know he's a gamer. I know he has a unique style, and I'm just ready to go out there. And I feel like we're gonna put on a pretty dope performance.
So you said he has a unique style. What kind of a game plan are you expecting from him come fight night?
He fights the same way every fight. He has his own style, and to his credit, a lot of the times he can set the tone of the fight because of the way that he fights. And I'm not that person. I've never once fought somebody else's fight, and I ain't gonna stop. So I'm just ready to go out there and do my thing. I know he's gonna come ready, and that's one thing I know about him. He'll show up ready to go, dialed in, and that's exactly what I want because I don't like excuses. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna swing and be nice.
Official prediction. Do you get another round one finish, or is this going to go a little bit longer?
I think I finish him. I think I finish him in the second. To be honest with you, I'm not really pressing for a first round finish, but I feel like after a dominant first round, I'm gonna soften him up quite a bit, and he's gonna come out a little flatter in the second. I'm gonna be able to do my thing.
All right. And if you get this win, man, you stay healthy, you don't take any damage or anything like that. What's the forecast for you fighting again soon? Or we're gonna have to wait until 2022?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna fight again in December. Right after me, I gotta get right back in the gym though because a few of my teammates are fighting the week after at Motor City Casino, December 17th. So I gotta get back in there. I owe it to them to be a body for them. So I gotta get right back in there, do our thing, and then I'll be in shape and ready to go for whenever somebody wants to scrap in January, February.
Very good, man. Mando Gutierrez meets Chaka Worthy on December the 10th at XFC Young Guns 4. Pleasure interviewing you for the first time, my man. Before I let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media. And if there's anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
For sure. You can follow me on Instagram, El Toro Gutierrez, Mando. It's Mando Gutierrez MMA. You can find me on Twitter. Mando goes for gold with a 4. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank you for the time. I hope everybody's tuned in December 10th, on Fox Sports or on their website, checking out the fights. I'm ready to go out there and put on a crazy performance for everybody and show the world why I'm one of the most deserving prospects outside the UFC.